All right, everyone. Yes, indeed. We're back live here celebrating my birthday. My birthday is on Thursday, and I'm just so excited here. I tell you, and Atlanta coming up is a long-awaited vacation for me. I would say Miss Winter's Chicken, but they close all the Miss Winters, so I'm going to have to go and get some churches. But anyway, let's back to our topic. Men becoming more interested in salon services. Why do we feel that men are becoming more interested in salon services? 1-800-450-7876. Well, I'm going to tell you, I have a couple of them. One, I think that what we have to understand, well, we just got finished talking to Michael James from Frederick Benjamin Products, and they say that he has some awesome products. But one of the things that I would definitely say is, you know, we are, and we talked about it before, the census talked about how in the year of 2000, in the millennium, that more people will be coming out, and men especially, for more personal services. We're no longer just being settling with just going into the barbershop and getting a haircut and leave. We're tired of going home and we have hair all on the pillows. We're tired of once we touch our head, it gets all over our suit and our clothes and things because we forgot that we got our hair cut earlier that day. And most of the places that we were going to was not a full service barber salon or barbershop or hair salon. One of the things that we're into now is convenience. We would like to go into barber shops where we can get our hair cut, get a shampoo, and get a lather shave, things of that nature. One of the things that I think is important that Michael James talked about was taking the industry to another level. It is crazy for barbers, and we're not going to get on the barbers today, but it's just crazy for barbers to cut a head of hair and leave all of that dandruff and leave all of the white patches and all of that in the head and send them out the door. Or take a little of that tonic, which has alcohol in it, and spray that and rub it in the guy's head when he already have white spots in his head, which is going to, the alcohol, which Frederick Benjamin people talked about, is going to be more drying to the scalp. One of the things that I think is important, everyone, is, I just got a few things, but one I think is important is education. I'm asking you, when you go into your barber salons and barber shops, to convince your barber to go back and get more education. Because if you feel that your barber isn't doing some of the things that you want him to do, but you really appreciate that great haircut, have a conversation with him. One of the clients emailed me saying that it was very difficult to talk to their barber because their barber think they know everything, or he think he knows everything. It's very difficult to try to talk to him and give him advice. And the first thing they say is, well, did you go to barber school? So one of the things I think is important is if they value your opinion, then they will take an opportunity to listen to what you have to say so we can be able to take it to the next level. Because at the end of the day, men are more about grooming services. It is about, we want to look good. What happens when we look good? We feel better. You have to remember the world is on our shoulders. With the world being on our shoulders, you know what's going to happen. We have a lot of stress, a lot of pressure on us, and we want to look good and feel good too. It's nothing like getting out of that barbershop chair and looking in the mirror and you like, yes. It's no different than the lady getting her hair done. Of course, we have a part of the show, MD is on the line in reference to men's grooming. MD, my question, the same question I'm asking everyone, 1-800-450-7876. My same question is, men, why do you feel that men are becoming more interested in salon services?
Well, in my opinion, I think these days, men want to look more polished. They want to look more professional. And the way to look more polished and more professional is to have a nice haircut, have a nice shave, have a manicure, have a pedicure. It's all about looking professional and looking polished.
Do you
think we're getting away from that sort of everybody wants to look hood and rough. Now everybody wants to look successful and rich. And one of the ways in order to look successful and to look rich and to look polished is to get your hair cut, is to get a facial, is to get a pedicure, manicure, just to get a whole full service.
And you know what, MD, thank you for saying that. One thing that I see the trend, I definitely see the trend. My mother and I on Friday was going to the National Beauty Cultures League convention that you didn't show up to, but that's another story. But anyway,
we'll discuss that later.
As we were going to the convention, we drove past the Park, which is a local club here in Washington, D.C., and we noticed that as the guys was getting out the car, they were all well groomed. Their haircuts was on point. They looked well groomed. And do you feel that it's a disconnect somewhere? Because when we go into certain places in Washington, I'm gonna say the hood, you have the guys that still have the dreads that are unkept, still have their pants hanging down. Everybody got the white tees on, all of that. But then when you go into certain areas, the gentlemen looking more and more like they've just visited the salon.
Well, I'll say this. I think that videos and I think entertainment, television has a lot to do with the driving force of a lot of people. Like when you see, certain people wear certain things or do certain things, and the next thing you know, you see the public wearing those same things, like
True.
certain shoes or certain bags and things
True.
of that nature. So I think, especially with videos, especially with a lot of urban videos, I think they're getting away from everybody wants to look hood with do-rags and things of that nature. Everybody wants to look more sophisticated. Everybody wants to look more polished.
And
everybody wants to look more successful.
And I have never seen, it is so funny, I'm glad you said that, because I've never seen so many people that if Jay-Z or Kanye West have something on, when Jay-Z sported the bow tie and all of that, now guys was walking around with bow ties on.
Exactly, because you have to remember a couple of years ago, well, maybe more than a couple of years ago, when Jay-Z was wearing jerseys, but he said, I'm not wearing jerseys anymore. He started wearing button-ups and shirts instead of wearing jerseys. Next thing you know, everybody stopped wearing those jerseys. People were still wearing button-ups and jackets and things of that nature. So
yeah, because not to cut you off, because I think that, and what we need to do is show for men 40 and over what to do and what not to do, because jerseys over 40, I'm sorry, if you're not at a baseball or you're not at a football game, if you're not at a game, you are not supposed to be walking around with no jersey on. I'm sorry, Alonzo, you're not supposed to do it. I have several jerseys. If I'm barbecuing like I was doing yesterday, I have you got a jersey on today? Okay, Lord have mercy. Let's skip this. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you another one. The cornrows going back over 40 years old. Sir, wait a minute.
Afro. If you were old enough to wear an afro when afros were big and you're still wearing, that's a no-no.
Lord, are you talking about Calvin Cooper? Because he listens to this show every week.
Well, I don't know his age, but if you were old enough to wear afro back in the 70s, then... But can I piggyback on something you said before, C. Allen?
Yes, sir.
About, when the barbers let people out of their chair, instead of giving them a shampoo. I think what happens is what a lot of barbers tell me. A lot of clients don't want to sit there and wait for a shampoo. They don't want to, everybody is busy. Everybody don't have a lot of time. They want to come in. But I think it's up to the barbers to convince your client to get that scalp massage, to get that shampoo.
And to show them the importance of it.
Exactly, because once you get that shampoo and you get that scalp massage or whatever, then you got a client forever. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. All right, MD, we're going to have to pay some bills, so we're going to have to step away from the mic for a moment. But I just wanted to say that one thing that I noticed, and you hit it on the head, that we are seeing people, a lot of guys are now becoming more groomed. A lot of them are purchasing the C. Allen soaps now, and a lot of them are purchasing, a service. And now that we have Anissa at the U Street location who does the manicures and pedicures, a lot of guys are now coming back in for those full services and still can feel manly in a manly environment.
Right, because I was reading an article the other day in the paper about men's grooming and their products or whatever. That's the next huge big business is men's grooming products. It used to be women, but now men are just spending as much money as women on grooming products these days.
And an article I read that also said that men are getting more into their wives, staying in their cabinets more, using their lotions and potions and all of that. But listen, we got to go to break. This is my birthday show, everybody. My birthday is on Thursday. Thank you, MD.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after these messages. 1450 AM WOL, where information is power.